Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017. I've got one hell of a show for you today, and we're going to start with Sony giving away a free Patapon PS4 theme just by logging into the store, entering your email, and then a name of one of the war drums from Patapon. Entering either Pata or Pon should work just fine. On to release announcements, with Chess Ultra coming to Nintendo Switch at some point later this year. Also coming to Switch is Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 on August 22nd, and Season 2 Episode 2 will release on August 15th to all other platforms. If you're a trainer on the hunt for legendary Pokemon, then be sure to have enough Ultra Balls saved because Moltres is on the loose this week. This one is kind of a surprise. The Rio Olympic Games event is returning to Overwatch next week, along with Lucio Ball to the arcade. I honestly did not think that this event would return because the Rio Olympic Games have concluded. In other update news, the PS4 has gotten its firmware updated to version 4.73, which once again improves system performance. From there, we move on to a bit of GTA news, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around till the end of this segment. First of all, GTA Online has gotten an update adding a new HVY Insurgent pickup truck with its own turret-mounted machine gun, also offering double money in RP for certain gun-running missions from now until August 7th. Up next is a mod for GTA 5 called Natural Vision, which completely redoes all of the textures, upping them to 4K resolution, and overhauls the lighting and shadows for an incredible visual experience. There's a link down below if you want to download it for yourself. And then this last one, which I cannot believe is happening, but if you grew up watching TV in the 90s, then you may remember a telephone tarot card reader by the name of Miss Cleo. She has filed a lawsuit against Rockstar over the character Auntie Paulette, and if you've never heard of her, that's because she's in a game that was released 15 years ago. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Glad to know she's playing recent video games. You may recall that Lindsay Lohan filed a similar lawsuit over the use of her alleged likeness, and her case was dismissed. I'm pretty sure that's the way this one's gonna go too. And speaking of out of touch, Konami is offering Usain Bolt as a pre-order character for PES 2018. The reason I mention this is because Usain Bolt is a sprinter. He's not a soccer or football player, depending on where you hail from. Moving on, Microsoft has added a message to the Minecraft website today emphasizing on safety, privacy, and how to report, mute, and block unwanted players. This is obviously Microsoft taking a stab at Sony, who said at E3 earlier this year that they weren't fond of cross-platform play because players could be influenced by unsafe sources. Personally, I side with Microsoft, but I think both companies take the necessary precautions to try to protect their customers' safety and privacy. I think Sony's trying to feed us a bunch of horse shit so people buy their platform to keep playing with their friends. On to something different and positive. Developer Scoria Studios is giving away free copies of their game Lawnmower if you tweet at them a picture of your freshly mowed lawn. This is taking place on August 15th, and I cannot express how much I love this. We need more things like this. I think it's hilarious and a great promotion. Just to warn you, that great news was to set you up for this one, because I am once again going to talk about Alex Mauer, and the plot of this story may have just gotten a whole lot thicker. In a video released by Sid Alpha last night, he explains that Mauer may have violated her temporary restraining order by filing a DMCA claim against a video of a live performance of her along with another YouTuber named Sean Faze. There really isn't a defense to this either, because Sean Faze is in the video and therefore owns the rights to it. So she either committed perjury by filing a false DMCA claim against it, or she violated her TRO by filing a claim against the Starmazer video, and it's only a matter of time before the courts decide which one it is. And from there we move on to the main topic today, which once again involves the DMCA system, but in a way that's not so shitty. It's still shitty, but not as shitty. The Completionist is a YouTube series on the channel That One Gamer, and it's about completing video games to 100% by getting all items, upgrades, characters, and secrets. You name it, it can be found in these videos. Now, I must admit that I have not watched the show, but I am aware of Jirard because of his appearance on the Co-Optional podcast with Total Biscuit. But his videos are highly successful, bringing in anywhere from 300,000 to over 1 million views, with the average being around 550,000. A few years ago, Jirard and the other creator of the show, Greg Wilmot, had a falling out and no longer appeared on any episodes of The Completionist. Fast forward to now, and Greg is asking Jirard to take down all of the videos that he was involved in, because Greg is claiming that he no longer has creative control over them, which he is correct in some regard. That being said, I am not defending him, and this just seems like a malicious attempt at destroying the YouTube channel that he was once a part of, because he is no longer a part of it. Jirard released a video yesterday explaining that as of September September 1st, all 120 episodes of The Completionist that Greg Wilmot was involved in will be taken down from YouTube. He encourages people to download them and share them as much as possible, and to make fan content, but do not upload them in their entirety and do not try to make any money from it. Even going so far as saying to upload them to the Pirate Bay. After September 1st, he will begin again, redoing all of the games from the ground up, including new material and new jokes. Not only that, but instead of completing 4 games a month, he has increased his workload to 6 games a month, with 2 of those being replays. This is a horrible position for a YouTuber to be in, because the foundation of their views relies on their videos being in their history. Especially for content such as his, which you can always watch and doesn't necessarily expire like my show does. Trust me, ain't nobody watching this after about 3 weeks. Good luck to you, Mr. Jirard. I would try to pronounce your last name, but I would completely butcher it, and I'll be sure to watch your new episodes this time around. Are you a fan of The Completionist? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know if you complete one of these. It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Flight of Light, Burn It Down, Willu, Wake Up, Dark Elf, Interplanetary Hunter, The Baron Got You Again, Staff Wars, Wizard Rumble, Shine G in the Zombies, Exit VR, The Slug, Lit the Torch, Achievement Hunter, Spinner Edition, Delta Plan Simulator, Distorted Reality, The Unreal Journey of Mongol, Viewpoints, Juanito, Arcade Mayhem, Cash Crop, Shapes 3, Fish for Gold, This Merchant Life, Gary Grisby's War in the West, Tales of the Tiny Planet, Embrace of Ocean, Story of Hope, Order VR, Sunrise Survival, Community Inc., Bug Killers, Sheffy, and Construct Embers of Life. For Nintendo Wii U, Flight of Light. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And how many hipsters does it take to fix a heater? None. They did it before it was cool. It is way too hot lately. I can only get about 25 minutes now out of my camera before it just shuts down and I gotta do something else. I usually run down the game releases. Okay, so a couple of things. Let's do some behind the scenes stuff. So a couple of things that I do now to help my recording out is while I'm waiting for my camera to cool down. While I'm waiting for my camera to cool down and be ready again, I start running down the game releases, so I practice it while while the camera's not running. Before I was practicing it while the camera was running, it was eating up a bunch of data. It wasn't really a good idea. So I've minimized time that way in recording by waiting for the camera to cool down and trying to memorize the order for game releases. But I also now, every time, this is my little, I have 2 mice when I do this show. Okay, I've got 2 mice when I do the show. This mouse controls my script, which is over here on the screen. It controls the script. I scroll up and down with this. And then this one I use just purely for clicking. Okay, this one's got a nice click to it. It shows up very nice. Every time I'm finished with a good take, I do a click. Okay, so that way when I'm looking back through my footage, I know exactly where to cut and where to take, because usually the last take is usually the good one. You know, there's rarely that I want to redo it, but even then, if I want to redo it, I take the last one. So I do the good one, then I do another line, I do another 3 attempts at a line. You know, it works out really, really well. It shaved probably 30 minutes off of editing time, so that's nice. I've noticed the show takes me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to edit, so it's good to be down to an hour and a half editing time. Thankfully, this end card thing, I don't have to do anything with. I have to just make sure that it's in the right spot, which is just a copy paste of where it is from the last episode, and then the overlay that you see here. That's a PNG. That's a PNG file that's laid over this part that you see here is transparent, and yay, Dandruff gets his show done. So The Completionist. I don't really know him. I don't hate his work. I just don't know his work. You know what I mean? I didn't watch an episode before this. Probably should have, but I'll be honest with you. That's kind of people. But I'm more tackling the issue of this is a terrible DMCA maneuver, because that's what Greg said that he would do, is he would end up DMCAing all of the videos, which would just completely destroy The Completionist. So at the very least, Greg is being civil. At the very least, okay? And I mean, I want to give people credit where credit is due. And unlike other people issuing DMCA claims, didn't really give any sort of chance, and the chance they did give was, hey, if you fight for me, I'll lift your DMCA, which is blackmail or extortion or something terrible, something terribly illegal. This is, hey, I own that work too. I don't want that work online anymore. Please take it down. If you do not take it down, I will issue these things. Jirard goes, well, what do I do? Can't really keep him up. Got to take him down. What do I do? So he's going to redo all of his games, which I think is that's the best thing he possibly could do. He's going to make more money off of it. He's got a bigger fan base. He's probably going to get more views. Yeah, I know YouTube adpocalypse, blah blah blah. I'm still making a buck, so I don't know. People are making content like his where I don't know how much he swears. I don't swear that much, but I swear enough, and I still make money. So you could still make money on YouTube. He'll still be able to make money other ways through Patreon, through merchandise. He's definitely going to be able to sell merchandise now, or he has been for a while. He definitely has either had the ability or he has been for a while. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird, this the way the DMCA thing works. He may be able to fight it too. He may be able to fight it and say, well, I own that as much as he does, so therefore can I just pay him royalties? And I think that may be where it goes if it goes to court, but it's got to go to court for that, and that's going to be a shitload of money that's going to cost. So it's rather than doing that, rather than just cut his losses and start over. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Social media links are over here, everybody. Click over here to subscribe to my channel. It's a complete channel. And so just click over here to watch yesterday's episode, which we talked about Boogie 2988 going in for surgery, which I hear he's doing just fine. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Mauer may have violated her temporary restraining order by violating